When you plant a seed and then you actually see that seed turn into a plant that you can then eat, there's a real satisfaction that you have from what you created and what you helped grow.
Green spaces are very hard to come by here. We're working on taking the small spaces that we do have and turning them into high impact green zones. One of those is the first on-campus community garden spearheaded by the Food Justice Alliance.
The garden is really, we want it to be a tool for the community, a tool for coming together as students and people who live here and children. We want it to be like to educate ourselves about one another and kind of what we have in common.
The garden kind of has two parts. We have the children's garden, which are the first 2 beds in the garden, and then we're going to have 8 additional beds. And the first 2 are going to be used for the Foggy Bottom community. And then with our other beds, we're going to take that food, we're going to donate most of it to Miriam's Kitchen.
We want it to be a tool for education for students to come out here and like learn where their food comes from.
This is one of our fall harvests. It's a little baby radish, and we just pulled it out of the ground like half an hour ago. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, we didn't use any preservatives or anything. Like, you just kind of wipe the dirt off and you can eat it. And that's like the most fulfilling thing that you can do.
By growing vegetables here and providing them to the soup kitchen, to Miriam's Kitchen, it's just that many fewer vegetables that they'll need from Chile or South Africa or wherever.
The average American food meal travels roughly 15 to 2,500 miles from farm to table. That's a long way to go to get a piece of food. So part of the goal of planting an on-campus garden, among some of the benefits it has, is that it reduces the amount of travel distance from bringing your food to your table. If the individuals within the student group didn't have the commitment to putting the garden in the ground and thus helping to reduce the carbon footprint of our campus, then the project wouldn't have gotten started. But then you need the broader community engagement and involvement to also have that vision.
Food's a pretty easy thing to bond over, because everyone's eating it. So I think it really is kind of helping the GW community come together and see maybe even though everyone has their own little special niche and their own club that they're in, this is kind of one that's more universal, where everyone can kind of grasp in and be like, okay, got this.